Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Sorry we had a little bit of a later start tonight. But we had some of our cast members doing some pretty cool things. Michael, wearing that medal proudly, was in a Warhammer tournament and
Good job,
did
boy.
very well.
Good job, boy. Boy.
Congratulations.
That Henry Cavill. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael.
Oh.
Oh my God. Will the real Michael please stand up?
Uh-huh.
Down.
So we wanted to be able to accommodate his tournament. So apologies for the slightly later start than usual, but we're still excited to get into it. So we are Homebrew Advantage. Welcome to session 6 of our Zholmyr Unbridled.
Is it really only
campaign.
session 6?
I know, it's
That's
only
not
session
right.
6.
He's done
Fucking
so
That's not real.
many
That
things.
sounds wrong.
Committed so many crimes.
That's
What
I will
crimes?
say,
What are you
guys
talking
have
about? Are
done
you a cop?
Very well. For a group of like some kind of like gray characters, you've done very well on like holding back on the crime for now.
Not
sure
for
it's
lack
coming.
of trying on Jess's part.
That is
I know.
true.
How dare you say that? You've now. Okay. All right.
You don't say this.
This is your fault.
No.
Jess is our child.
happens next?
Jess is our leash child, for sure.
Yeah.
Jess is our leash kid.
Jessica, I'll take one crime, please, McDonald, in the flesh.
Jess is definitely our leash kid.
Uh-oh. Well,
I'm so
we're
glad you
anyway.
did
Great
the end
start.
now.
Eric's like, I'm
Yeah.
fucking done with these.
I'm glad I get the Chaos Goblins. But it's okay. It's okay. We love it. We lean into it. But yes, we're back with session 6. If folks want to check out previous sessions that we've done 1 through 5, those are up on our YouTube channel, which is also at Homebrew Advantage. And we have fun little clips and information about us on Instagram and TikTok as well, all also at Homebrew Advantage.
Tiki taki.
So, tiki-taki. With that, shall we jump into the session?
Please.
Please.
I'll allow it.
Whoa.
Love the
Wow.
enthusiasm.
What happened?
Alright, so,
What happened?
last time, our party awoke in their rocky dwelling where they had spent the night outside of the city of Scarport. And while there, Elaine is shaken by a series of visions while taking her century's rest. Dreams, perhaps? Who knows? But regardless, the group wakes up and begins their hunt in the woods around the city for the mercenary thug Kirifos. And based on some knowledge obtained from both Micah, one of Jasper's fellow kidnapped soldiers, and Captain Garland, it would appear that Kirifos is involved in both the murder of Captain Arison and the group that trekked up the mountains with Nile. So, the woods, of course, are far from the arcane protections of a populated center like Scarport, and the group faced their fair share of challenges, including an assault from a shambling mound and a little bit of some internal struggles, mostly around possession of a golden feather, and who was holding on to that feather. But thankfully using
Untrustworthy
a,
wench.
no, them fighting words. We're getting feisty early. But thankfully, with a combination of all sorts of different skills amongst themselves, the group was able to successfully track down Kirifos' camp at the base of the northern mountains. He proved to be a difficult adversary for the party. After some vicious combat, Kirifos took a very serious toll on the group, downing Elaine, and nearly seconds from finishing off Jasper before a witch bolt from Velterra sends him convulsing to the ground and incapacitated. So with that, we now find the party still at Kirifos' camp, licking their wounds, and coming off of a short rest. And with that, we're back.
Alright, so Kirifos is unconscious, right?
He is still unconscious. I believe you tied him up as well, and Didn't you rip off his mechanical arm?
No, so I took a piton and I drove it through his.
Oh,
mechanical
that's
arm,
right. So
pinning
he's
it
pinned to the
ground.
ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Divina, do you want an upgrade? And I point to his mechanical arm.
Well, I kind of like half melted it, so I don't know how much of an upgrade it is.
It's not melted. It's got a stake driven through it. It's not what you want.
It's damaged goods.
Also, I don't think it would be very slimming on me, so I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, it's not the right look for you.
How is
too
is
beefy.
Elaine, are you still down?
I think I am unconscious, yeah.
No. You were during the short rest.
During the short rest,
short
you
rest.
come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like sitting up, finally.
Bring
Okay.
me to life. Wake me up. Wake
All I
me
can
up.
think of is the goofy version. It's very bad.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wake me up.
That's the one.
What?
Absolutely.
While we're resting, I'm gonna talk to, or not, I'll just say to Violet, hey, Violet, can I see his eye? You took his eye, right? I think you said.
Eye?
Didn't you take the like fake eye thing?
I don't
Pretty
think I
sure you
did.
ripped it out. No? Okay, I'm gonna go over to him and take off his eye.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
like to take off his
Aye,
eye.
Captain.
Ha ha ha.
Aye.
Hey.
And I'm not a smart man. But I
Was there
know
more to that?
what?
Was there more to that, or just?
Nope, I'm just not a smart man. So I'm gonna bring it over to Vel and be like, "Hey, wanna help me take a look at this thing?"
Sure. Yeah, I don't know if I know it any better than you do.
I don't know. You know
Is it-
magic stuff more than I do. It looks
I can
magic-y,
certainly
cruxy stuff.
try.
I
Can
would like
tell
to,
anything-
I would like to
Yeah.
make some sort of roll to figure out what the fuck this thing is, with the help action possibly from my friend Velterra.
Can I just grab it out of his hands and do identify on it?
Oh, that might help too.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
this is like I'm the dad. I don't need directions, okay? I can put the bookshelf together myself.
No, fine. Then don't ask me to hold your hammer for you.
Help him out.
Okay, here. Yeah,
Help
what
him
is this?
out.
Magic people.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
You're gonna cast Identify?
No, I don't have any more spell slots.
Fucking helpful. Wait, isn't it? I think it's a ritual.
Oh,
It's a
no.
ritual.
It is a ritual spell.
You're
You
good.
Yes,
can
I can't
cast
do.
it.
Okay,
It just
yes,
takes
I
10
can do
minutes
that.
instead of an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Correct.
We got time.
So
then.
I will do that for him.
All right. So
In those 10 minutes, I would also like to continue to talk about it as if she's not about to tell us exactly what it is, and continue to debate on what it is until we get the alternative.
And then once she tells us what it is, it was like, oh yeah, I knew that's what it was the whole time. Like,
Because you were just saying.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
but I think that's
No.
While that's happening,
We
I'm
got
just gonna
there.
be sitting next to Elaine.
we got there.
And I'm be like,
Yeah, I'm gonna give side eye.
not
And I'm-
Valterra fucking mansplaining.
And I'm like the
Idiot.
dad stance
No,
where
I'm
you're
not-
like
I'm not mansplaining it. It's just me and Jasper going back and forth as if we're not about to.
my pants hiked up above my belly
Actually-
button.
You know what? I'm gonna do identify on it, and I'm not gonna tell them. I'm just gonna walk over back.
Fucking
over the
rude.
girls.
yeah.
All right.
I would so like leave them fighting. Yeah.
Right, I will make my check
Sounds
to
good.
figure out to see if I know what this
Yeah,
thing
what
is.
is it? What is it?
All right. Hold on. So let's break this down, shall we?
Chaos.
Absolute chaos.
Davina,
Yes.
you walk over, you kind of roll your eyes, and you take the eye back while you let the boys squabble amongst themselves in terms of trying to understand what this is. But you are, as a mistress of purveying and accruing objects of worth and value, this is a spell you cast pretty much every day of your life. This is nothing new. You start to kind of incite the incantation, the eye in your palm starts to glow, that a very very faint glow as the magic within it starts to communicate basically with you, and you recognize this is it's an interesting object. You've been finding more and more of these within your work. This is one of those objects where it's sort of a marriage of magic and technology. In this new age, where crux, the use of crux has been elevated and enhanced to fill so many purposes. This is clearly an example of one of those instances where some sort of an academic mind, an engineering mind, has borrowed from the knowledge of crux and the energy within the quintessence in terms of how to turn it, into something very useful with a specific purpose. With this eye, it has the ability to seek out specific targets,
Ooh.
and from those targets, enhance the accuracy of attacks made against them.
So,
So to speak above game, and let me actually real quick double check with it.
Is it basically like a hunter's mark type of thing?
So what it is
4+1?
it's now I need to actually pull up what I wrote on it. So using a bonus action, someone who is attuned to this eye can use the lock on feature, which they have to pick a specific target, and until the end of their next turn, any attack roll made against that target has +1.
Okay. I'm curious. So Jasper, what do you think this eye is? What do you think it does?
My best guess, he put a laser on me, and I think he was gonna blow me up with it. I think it's a laser beam.
Wow, you are so smart and so right.
Big thinker over here.
I am actually think this is going to be best used in your hands. And I explain it as best I can.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. I feel like, now that I think about it, a laser beam coming out of your eye might hurt.
It's not his real eye.
You're not his real eye.
That's a really good point.
Wait,
Oh
was
my
he
God.
missing an eye? Wait, it's gone?
Davina,
Can I
just
use
give
it
to
with?
me.
Can I
Davina,
use it with my regular eye?
Just give it to me.
Uh-oh.
It is a prosthetic eye, essentially.
Okay.
Is it okay? So it would be best used.
You know who doesn't have a
Long
real
range?
eye?
Vol?
Vol? Does Vol need an eye?
No, our mechanical friend.
Elaine also does not have a
Oh.
real eye. Does it work for? Is it ranged and melee?
Any attack roll made against the target that you chose to lock on gets a +1.
Oh,
Yo, I
Elaine,
don't
when
know.
was the last time you got your eyes replaced? I know you have to get them tuned every so often.
I am due for new lenses, so this could be an upgrade.
Is that covered by your medical insurance? Do you get it once a year?
I don't know.
Do you have a
Davina,
Do you have a
do I
deductible on
insurance?
your lenses?
Yeah.
Elaine, she had us on a great insurance plan, okay?
That
Yes,
insurance
Elaine.
plan is just pay whatever you need to get replaced on the black market.
She has
Yeah.
Blue Cross Blue Shield because she's a paladin.
That is me. I am the insurance. I am the insurance plan.
Oh my god.
That was great. That was great.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I could try.
Yeah.
Can I try to put this? What would I need to do? Is this like like some sort of dexterity skill, or like?
So
wonder if you
here's
shouldn't-
a. What were you
Oh,
saying?
sleight of hand?
I was wondering if maybe we shouldn't wait until we find somebody with some sort of expertise in this field before we go yanking out pieces of you and replacing them with pieces we just pulled off this guy.
That is probably wise.
But I don't know. I
Well,
don't know how
look.
it
Let's
works,
look
so
at
you
it.
get experience with it.
Let's take a look at it.
It's
What
like-
does it look like it needs?
Is it like replacing a light bulb or like?
Well, okay. My question is like I'm not smart, but like he's organic, right? She's not organic. Can it like tie
yeah.
into a non-organic thing?
I think we should just pocket it for now.
You're holding on to enough things. I'm holding on to this one.
Am I?
Yes.
It's
Quite
well,
literally, yes.
It's. Well, okay.
Well-
It is my eye, right? Could I hold on to it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, give it to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's fair.
All right,
Okay.
so Elaine, you can add Kirifos' eye to your inventory.
This is so gruesome. Okay.
So
Kira
cool.
It's so crazy. I
Okay.
started with one of those in my inventory. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. And then could I maybe after session could you send me a summary of
Yes.
what this thing do? Okay, excellent.
I will.
All right.
What that-
Amazing.
What that
Amazing.
thing do?
What that
While
thing
that,
do?
while that kerfuffle was going on, I think Violet's also going to just head back to Kirithos' body and just start going through, rifling through pockets and such.
You already did that. You got the ring.
You did get the ring.
Okay.
You
Then I'll just
got.
give him a kick for good measure.
Good idea.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Okay, I got a ring.
All right. Well, do we want to question
No,
him
it's so
here,
important.
or we can't lug him back?
Yeah, I think it's easier to
Anyway.
question him here. Let's tie him to a tree. Oh, wait, no, he's already tied up.
Pinned to
He's
the
been
ground.
pinned to the ground. Okay, cool.
And also the rest of him is tied up. But you do what you gotta do. This is your show, Jasper. We're playing back up here.
All right.
I'll go over to him and I'm gonna uncork my water skin and just pour it over his head until he wakes up.
All right, so he's still kind of passed out. He's now bleeding from the socket where the eye was ripped out of his skull. His mechanical arm is still pinned to the ground, and he's hogtied like a little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way he likes it.
And so his head's kind of lulled back, and the water comes in. And he's like, oh.
Morning, sunshine.
As soon as he's up, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on him.
I thought you were out of spell slots.
Second level spell slots. I'm out of first level. I'm not out of second level.
Also,
Okay, so-
for reference, if you do ever want to cast a first level spell, you can upcast it. Would not have recommended casting Identify as a second level,
Nope.
but
Nope, wasn't gonna do that.
Alright,
But
so-
yes, I am gonna do Detect Thoughts. For surface thoughts, he does not need to make a save, and he does not know that I'm in there. Only if I go deeper.
Okay. So surface level thoughts. He's coming out of unconsciousness. So he's very confused. He's rattled. He's trying to get his bearings. He's upset and he's embarrassed. But mostly what's going through his head is confusion and kind of a little bit of anxiety, just recognizing that he's in a very vulnerable position at the moment.
Okay. I just look at Jasper and give him a nod to continue.
how you feeling, bud?
Who are you?
You know exactly who I am.
He kind of steps back or kind of tilts back and looks you up and down. He notices your jacket, your gear, the weapon that you're carrying. You're one of us.
In a manner of speaking, sure.
And when you say that, his visage changes ever so slightly. There's a moment of recognition. And he sits back and he goes, "You're a 1-4.
My eye twitches.
The one that got away.
You miss me?
You didn't get very far."
Well, you didn't know I was here.
At that comment, he does bristle a little bit.
Now, you're going to tell me everything there is to know about, what's the group called again?
The circle.
The circle.
You're going to tell me everything there is to know about the circle, or I'm going to make you hurt. Very, very bad. For a very, very long time.
That's big talk for the little elf.
I take the knife. I'll take my skinning knife, and so he has one arm out, and I'll take it. I'll grab his other arm, and I'll stab that knife through his hand into the ground. So he's now double hand pinned into the ground.
Ooh.
What's the word? What the hell's the word? Like when you like...
Twitch?
No. Oh my god, what the hell's the word?
Shirk?
When you like... Shirk, maybe? Or like... When you like jump. This is crazy.
Flinch.
Flinch! Thank you, Jesus Christ! He flinches! Oh my god!
Oh no.
What are his thoughts? Is he like genuinely afraid now?
Brain rot's real, bro.
The knife goes through his hand. The playfulness, as he's been talking to Jasper, him recognizing someone that he knows and someone that he subjugates or is used to being in control over, it gave him a little bit more grounding. He was like, "Oh, I know this person. I fuck with people like this all the time. Like, especially, this is literally my job." When that knife goes through his hand, he's a little rattled, but his face is not showing it.
Real quick, during this, Belle's gonna kind of turn away and just kind of walk to the outskirts of the area and just keep an eye out, and also just kind of turn away.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean into Kirifos next to Jasper and just say, my friend here is being very serious. I think you need to answer his questions.
Jasper, make an intimidation check with advantage. Was it a natural 20?
It was a 19. Oh no.
It's going.
Oh no.
Baby, come back. And
We're
it-
good. We're good. We're good. It's a 19.
What was it?
Weird. Just enough time.
It was a 19.
No 20.
24.
A 24. He...
Oh, we're all doing it.
We're falling to pieces.
It's been a fucking
Oh
day,
my
y'all.
goodness.
There we go. All right.
This-
Okay. Jasper, you've driven your knife through Kirifos' hand. Davina whispers to him a soft but stern warning. His face hardens. And he looks at you, Jasper, and says, "You should know all about the circle. They made you."
And I will unmake them.
Good luck.
I will grab his head and stick my thumb into the socket of where his eye no longer is.
He screams for the first time. And he says, "Well, all right, what do you want to know about the circle?"
Everything. You tell me everything you know now, and I won't do that again. Maybe.
The circle, the Orlit circle, is the most powerful people this world has ever seen. You should know that before you start poking and prodding in places where you shouldn't.
You don't know anything, do you?
I know plenty.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
big man like yourself knows everything. I'm gonna try and like antagonize him and infantilize him so that like he wants to tell me so that like he's like proving to himself that he knows things. And so I'll turn to the rest of the group and I'll be like, this guy doesn't know anything.
I'm gonna listen in and see if it's working.
As the boomers say, this snowflake just got triggered.
Oh my god.
That was bad.
That was really bad.
Cut it.
I just
Oh.
cut it.
We're live! We're live! Theo!
Jasper is tapping direct. For whatever reason, he managed to read Kirifos like a book. This is a man who gets off on knowing that he's important. And you got a little piece of this when you were talking with Captain Garland, and she was telling you a little bit about Kirifos. He came to Scarport because he was essentially kicked out of the Askian League for being too ambitious and too problematic, and tried to make something of himself in Scarport. And she said, "I don't got time for that," and sent him packing. So, in Kirifos' mind, you are hearing protestations against that. He is reacting to that very strongly, and like they don't know what they're up against. Like I'm important. I know things. He recruited me specifically.
Gonna turn to Jasper and look and say, "You're right. We shouldn't have gone for him. Adronia or Tatiana would have given us better answers. This is useless."
Oh, girl. All right, so
Ooh.
he kind of like scoffs at that, and he said, "The two princesses barely made it up that mountain, and were able to face what they found up there. I'm the one who dragged them down. You can talk to them as much as you want. They won't tell you anything."
No,
Well,
they're.
speaking of eyes, you seem to be missing one. How's it work?
How does it work?
How does it work?
It was made specifically for me by the best technicians in the Empire. That's how I almost killed you, 014.
I'll straight up kick him in the nuts. Just hard.
He kind of lets out one of those, like... But there's a smirk on his face, him knowing that he got to you ever so slightly.
I'm gonna put my hand on Jasper's shoulder and I'm gonna whisper to him and say, "You have him where you want him. Don't let him get to you."
Where are they holding Micah's fam? Why are they holding Micah's husband?
Why? So the little pup behaves, that's why.
I said where.
Where? Ah, you must have been at a different facility. Where were you?
I don't say anything.
I heard one escaped, but they didn't tell me where from. We were east of Serona, in the Windswept Wilds. It's a big place out there. Good luck finding it.
Do they hold their families where they are, or are they all in one place?
It's a safe space for everybody.
I'm gonna get very close, and I'll put my dagger underneath his chin, and I'll look back at Davina, and I'll try to like nod and convey like go deeper, and
Oh.
I'll push up, drawing blood, and I'll say, "Where is my family?"
At that, I'm going to
Where's Davina?
support. I'm going to support Jasper, and I'm going to do 2 psionic blades that go up next to his. 2 purple blades as I'm sitting there.
All right.
And I'll go deeper.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to Davina. Let's see. Detect thoughts. Detect thoughts.
He needs
I
a
need
wisdom save of 15.
a wisdom save of 15. Okay.
And he'll know I'm there either way.
Sure.
Yes,
In this
we're
case,
worried
I don't
about
think that's something to
subtlety.
do.
Yeah, at this point, it doesn't matter. No, yeah, subtlety is
Wisdom save of
long
15.
gone.
He
Long
rolled a-
gone.
He rolled a natural 17.
Ugh.
But Violet, you have 2 blades up next to his face.
Mhm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Jasper, make another intimidation check with advantage.
And I'm just gonna prick just a little bit.
Bro, he's bleeding everywhere.
17 on the die, 21.
Okay, so remind me exactly what you asked him in that moment.
Where is my family?
Where were the other drugs going?
What?
Love it. Love it.
What?
Love it.
Oh my God.
He looks at you,
Oh.
Jasper, and he says, "They're with all the others in my facility."
Sorry, guys.
I will. Do we
What
have
does
a?
your family look like? Maybe I can tell you if I've seen them.
Do I believe him, or do I think he's just trying to get to me?
I don't know, you tell me.
Insight? Yeah. Forget that's a skill I have.
Yeah.
No, I'm laughing at Eric's comment.
Oh, god damn it.
It's just extra sound effects.
Whoop!
It's ambiance.
You want me to roll the insight?
Yeah, go ahead. You're trying to basically see if he actually knows.
Yeah, does
Okay.
he like actually know, or is he just trying to rile me up?
Okay.
13 on the die. Plus 5 in insight, so 18.
It's hard to say for sure, but you get the sense it's a little bit of both. He was a little eager to test you, like
Sure.
he's digging. But it's because he was almost testing you, like, and not the other way around. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like he was like well, let me, if I can find out about his family, let me see what I got.
Alright. I will describe them in detail.
Okay. Just go ahead, describe them in detail.
Sure. So my wife, Hazel, raven hair, priestess. My daughter, lithe, agile, looks like her mother, but hits like me.
A slight smirk goes across his face. Well, we have a lot of prisoners. It's hard to recall all of them, but I do remember a feisty little child. She likes to sing.
Oh.
Put a hand on his shoulder just to
Mm-hmm.
support.
In those seconds of silence, he knows he's got you, and he starts to hum. There's a few notes that turn into a melody.
Is he humming her lullaby?
This is the exact lullaby, Jasper, that you would sing to your daughter every night in Philo, sorry.
I take my gun out and I kneecap him.
Pull him back. Pull him.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go out and
Yeah, if I had.
I kneecap him.
Davina, grab him.
Good
Grab
luck.
Him, grab him. Val. We need you.
Right. So
I'll-
when you say you kneecap him, what are you trying to do?
I pull out my gun and I shoot him in the kneecap.
Okay.
If my
got
hands
it.
on his if my hands on his shoulder, can I? Actually, no. I don't know that I want to stop him. No. Okay. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Specifically
The bullet-
non-lethal, that will not kill him. I'm just gonna shoot him in the kneecap.
Sure.
You know, politely.
The bullet blasts. You are close range. The bullet blasts through his knee. His lower leg is basically hanging on at that point. His knee
Okay.
explodes. when you
Listen,
shoot.
we need him alive.
I'm gonna pull Jasper back by the shoulders and just turn him around and say, I know this is very sensitive for you. We still have more information we need to get out of him.
Val,
Can I
get me
use
the
your-
fucking map.
Yeah, so as Violet had called for me, I'll have turned back towards the group, and I'll kind of come over and just like put my hand on your shoulder. You said you wanted the map.
Get me the fucking map. I'm assuming
What
we
is
have
the
a
fucking
map. A map of the fucking area. Like, we have a map of the continent, I'm
Do you?
assuming. I don't know, do we?
We do?
Is that
Vel?
something you carry around?
I don't. I assume Vel does because he's
I
an
don't.
explorer.
I mean, I don't have it exclusively in my pack. You can tell me if that's something that I feel like I would probably have something of the wilds. I don't know about this particular area.
I mean, specifically,
what
he
would
said
it be
Winsep
under?
Wilds. You tell me, DM.
Hmm.
Can I roll for map?
Can I roll for map?
Roll for map.
I rolled
So-
for that.
This is
Can I?
It's a map.
this is
While
my
we're looking
executive
for the map.
decision. This is my executive decision I'm gonna make. Okay, Valterra, you pride yourself a lot on being a natural explorer, who spends a lot of his time in the wilds, kind of just wandering, and you know your area a lot like the back of your hand. But you do
Hang on.
do ventures for trips.
To that end, can I attempt to draw a convincing map in the dirt that we could use?
I will say,
Not convincing, but a rough enough so we can tell
Yeah.
general areas.
make a survival check with advantage.
While Belle's doing that, can I continue with Jasper?
Yeah.
How distraught do you
I'm not. Sadness is buried, probably very deep behind livid anger, like
okay.
rage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, look, I know you have it out for this guy. I promise you, I will let you do whatever you want to him. He fucking deserves it. Let me just get a few more things out of him. We have questions, we need answers, and I'll let you come in and be as bad as a cop as you want to be.
I'll look at Vel trying to draw the map in front of him. Get him to tell you where my family is, and I'm just gonna storm off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna storm off towards where I know he came from. Like
The camp area?
The camp area.
Okay.
I'm gonna start walking over that way.
Okay. Vel, you are pretty able to draw a very basic map of the northwestern part of the continent here, in terms of like the Drower Mountains that come down, the Titanic River that comes south and then veers east, and then you have like Tolgis and Sorona, like along those points. It's like not the best to scale, but it's the major points
Mhm.
in the dirt.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to Kirithos and I'm gonna say, okay, here's the deal. My friend over there really, really wants you to have a very brutal, painful death. I have a few questions for you. If you can answer them, I think we can work something out.
And what's your name?
My
I'm
name's
flanking you,
Interrogation.
Dev, by the way. I'm gonna be right next to you while this is going on, Dev.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm scary dog
Yeah,
privilege.
yeah. Uh-huh. And I still have my daggers on the side of his neck. I'm just smiling at him.
What are two Vila doing so far out here in the sticks?
No. You don't get to ask any questions here.
Pardon me, madam.
Mhm.
But you can tell, as I instruct him, he's wincing through a lot of pain.
Can I do a quick check to see, like, how is he actively bleeding out? Can I make a medicine check or something? Like,
Go ahead.
okay, cool.
I just want to say above game, I know that wasn't like the most efficient response, but like it's
No, that was fucking sexy, baby.
it's exactly what Jasper would have done.
You're fine.
It is what needs to be done. I got a 4. I did not roll very high.
Humans, squishy people.
He's bleeding.
So squishy.
He's bleeding.
Squishy. But
Those
I'm
pink
gonna
and squishy
crouch.
humans.
That's a lot of blood.
I'm gonna crouch down next to his face and just like give him a once over, like over his entire body, and just like stare at all of his wounds. And then just make eye contact with him. Be like,
He looks at both of you, but he's kind of waiting, Davina, for what's coming next. He knows the position he's in at the moment, and it seems like he is happier to be talking with you than with Jasper.
Okay. Are you ready to answer my questions now?
I'll do my best.
Let's start with Jasper's family. You obviously know where they are. Point here in the dirt where they are on this map. Or tell us.
He looks down at the map, and there is a point. So if I don't have a good way to send it at the moment, but if you guys have the map of Zholmyr by any chance. So if you look up in the northwest part of the continent.
Do you have it on Roll20 right now? Can you throw it up on Roll20?
Oh, that's right. I do have
Roll 20.
We got Roll20.
We got Roll 20.
It do be a tool that do be usable.
Okay.
I can. Well.
Well.
All right.
Where are they?
What happened?
oh my god.
All right. Give me just 1 second.
I refuse. You're not the boss of me.
I am the DM. I'm the boss of everybody.
Oh, really?
I shoot the DM.
All right. There you go. There's your map.
Yeah, well, all
Wait, I
right,
don't
DM.
see. Oh.
Did it pop up?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So now that means I can also like do this, right? And you can see that.
Correct.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. So, he looks at the map. He's kind of getting his bearings of where things are. He takes his, he kind of uses his nose and points because at this point he has like nothing that he can point with. His hands are tied up and his arm is into the dirt. Whatever. But he seems to gesture to this area here, just to the east of the first southern bend in the river. This river here is the Titanic River. It runs from Port Sever all the way down to Verkova.
So not this one. This one?
Correct. Jasper, for your awareness.
Oh, I'm not there. I stormed
you're
off
right,
towards
you're
the camp.
right.
That was clarifying just for like group knowledge.
Yes.
I am
Yes.
at the camp at this point.
Great.
I swear to God, if Micah's dead in the camp, I'm going to murder this man. But anyway,
Can I
back
do an insight check on
back
him?
to you guys.
You want to do an insight check on
Yeah,
to see
I
if
wanna
he's like telling
get-
the truth about.
yeah, about the location because he could fuck around. That's a nat 20 plus. Dun 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 dun. 23. I'm just trying to read him.
Yes.
Is he
So
lying?
he's between the pain that he's feeling and recognizing that he is in a pretty shitty predicament. He's getting to the I don't have much left to lose phase, and it seems like he is in fact telling the truth.
Okay.
Or at least like there's nothing that gives you the vibe of like he's being like, you know, sleazy with us and trying to pull a fast one on us.
Okay.
Because he knows that we can fuck him up right now,
Right.
and we've proven that we have no hesitation
Yeah.
in doing that.
All right. See, no, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No, of course not. Anything for you, beautiful. And he kind of gives you like a
Oh god.
I
just-
take it in. I
you're
take it in
just
stride and give like a little hair flip.
Yeah. And you're just so big and strong. It's just I can't even imagine what you were defending. I can't even imagine what you were defending the princesses from on the top of the mountain. It must have been such a fight.
This man has now a fear boner and a regular boner.
No,
keep pulling at that thread, Violet. Go ahead.
no,
It
sounds. I give Violet a side eye so
Vomit.
hard.
Vomit inside my mouth a little bit.
No, Davina.
What did you?
How long
what
does
did you-
detect thoughts last? Detect thoughts
It's
last.
as soon as he figured it out, it ended the spell.
Oh, okay,
As soon
okay.
as he succeeded on the save, it ended.
Got it. Okay.
You guys-
Just look at us. We're just two helpless Vila out in the wild, and you know,
He looks at
we need
you,
someone
he-
like you.
He looks at you, Violet, and he's like, "That's what the princesses told me too."
Right? Oh, I know. They're so helpless as well. I mean, what did you protect them from?
Make a persuasion check. I will say also with advantage because you have Davina also lending some Vila charm here.
Why are men so easy?
Also, during all this, you just see me kind of turn to the side and like I'm talking to a bull. I'm like, I don't know either. Like both said
that is-
something and I'm responding to it, and I have no idea.
That's a 23.
Man.
All right. So you said what did you protect them from? Is what you asked?
Yeah.
Oh,
Must have been a big, big beast.
Oh, it's scary up there on the mountains for some people. It's
Not for you.
That's what they brought me there for. I'm Askium. I don't fright so easily, even with the mess that we found on top of that mountain. Adonia, she puts on a tough act. She likes to play the tough cookie. She was the one who shit her pants before the rest of us.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, and I'm the one who pulled her out of the citadel before the gate came crashing down. So you could tell her if you see her again. I know you will all know each other.
That's so racist.
Hashtag not all Vila.
Out of the citadel, and did you get what you were looking for up there? What made it come crashing down?
Oh, the power of that place. It's unlike anything I thought possible. I don't know what caused it to come crashing down. You'll have to ask the rest of the group that was in there, including Adonia. I was out keeping watch at the summit.
Did they leave the Citadel with anything?
Oh, yes. They seemed to have exactly what they were looking for.
Which was?
He puts on that smug look again. An answer. A solution.
Let me guess to this crux crisis.
Yes, of course. I told you. The Circle are the most powerful and smartest people in this world.
But they shared nothing with you. No details.
I know enough. I know what they're doing will save this world from ruin and destruction, from smaller minds.
Then why don't you enlighten us?
Well, you seem to be very aware of the fact that we're running out of crux in this world. The wilds only supply so much, and it's getting more and more dangerous to venture in there. So these people, my people, are looking for a permanent solution, and apparently they found the first step on top of that mountain.
Well, I too want to save the world from ruin and disaster. Where can we find more members of the Circle? Who leads the Circle? I mean, you must be working for someone who you really have a lot of respect for. If it's not you leading the Circle.
As Vila, I would have thought you would have known all about the Circle.
Not all of us run in those circles.
He eyes you a little skeptically. If you don't know about the Circle by now, then clearly you don't have the credentials to be amongst their ranks. It's that simple.
Hashtag not all Vila.
I would say we know enough, but
Clearly not enough. Adonia made it in. Tatiana made it in.
yes, and like you said, they're helpless princesses. What do they know?
They're helpless princesses with an unfettered access to cash and power.
Davina like settles in a little bit and she goes, oh, well, let me enlighten you. You asked what my name was. I am the Duchess Davina Celine Sinclair, and my access to cash and power and people and knowledge is infinite. You are just a tool for me to get those things. If you want to share in those things with me, I highly suggest working together, helping me out, and answering my questions.
With your name, his eyes light up. And he looks at you and he goes, "What a shame. Daddy didn't tell you."
I do my best to keep my face mask. No,
But
no
you can
emotion.
feel like a slight
Wisdom,
my
sir.
dagger is gonna slightly go in a little bit closer in his neck.
I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna say, how do you know that I'm not here on my father's behalf?
Give me a deception. From your reaction and from your response.
Ooh, okay. Well, yes. Okay, well, it's a 26 for my reaction.
Holy!
Yeah.
It's the same roll. It's the same roll. It was all like the same.
Okay,
Go Davina.
yes,
Go Davina.
26.
He kind of his face soft. It was one of those moments where he was like, oh, I have her, and then his face kind of like harns a little bit, and he's like, well, it's just like Zholymr to not be a team player. Then what's your angle? Why are you here? Why are you doing this?
Is to make sure that you're doing your job. Obviously, my father didn't trust you to get what needed to be done.
I don't understand. If you didn't know about the circle, why are you here checking on me to do my job?
Oh, we know about the circle, and the cardinal, and the feather. I want to know what your involvement is, because whatever happened down in Scarport was an absolute mess, and my father will not be happy to hear about it.
Let's just say that
Day.
someone made a little mistake, and we're here cleaning it up.
He's confused. He's disoriented. His eyes flutter from the amount of blood that he's lost. But at the mention of the cardinal and at the mention of the feather, his shoulders drop. And he says, go ahead. You want to say something?
No, go for it. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'm leaving it.
He says, I did everything I could to get that feather back. We lost it, okay? I sent the other elf to go retrieve it, and he never returned. I don't know what happened. This isn't how... He was my best subject. And that little shit of a Ganassi should never have stolen that feather.
Yes, but
Not this one.
clearly, Adronia and Tatiana left with the other, incompetent as they are.
Well, of course. They took the other feathers back with them. Novar took it back with him, too. He took it back to Verkova. He said he needed to bring it to someone within the order. But that's just it. This was just the first stop. There's more. I can help with the others. I did what was asked of me. You have to tell them that. You have to let them know.
That you botched this whole thing? You let the other feather go?
Oh, no, I didn't. I pulled them out of the citadel. We came down the mountain. They're back in Verkova now with 3 of the feathers. That should be enough.
That should be enough, but they're looking for more.
Well, of course, we can't have... You know what the power of that feather can do. We can't have it falling into the wrong hands. We need to have control over the situation. But that's what I'm saying. For the next seat, I can help. I can help still.
You're gonna help us find the next feather.
Not the next feather. The next seat. The next source of the power. This was just the first one. There's still more. I can still be important. You have to tell your father, surely.
Yes.
Oh, I love it when an insecure man seeks
You're
validation in
so-
others.
You are not here. You shush.
I'm saying above game. It's hot.
He's just
Right.
loving the film.
It's hot when he's really, really sad.
Stop. He's beefy, but that's
You-
not enough. Okay?
Beefy man.
He's beefy and sad, but that's not enough.
I know.
Wait just a minute.
No.
It's enough for Theo. It's enough for Theo.
It's not your fault. No. But you're right that we definitely still need you to help us find the other feathers and the other sources of power. Where are we going to go next?
Well, I don't know. That's what they were going to do in Verkova. They were supposed to find that information. But you see, since we found the first seat, that means the others are out there. Do you understand? This opens the door to so much opportunity for all of us. And I can still be a part of that.
Do you mean opportunity or do you mean money?
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Do you want money? Do you want power? Do you want knowledge? It's all there.
Davina,
Yes,
if you don't mind, I just was hoping to butt in for a second.
of course. Be my guest.
These seats.
Kirifos here is gonna tell you anything you want to know, right?
The seats, as you referred to them. Where does that power come from?
Well, I don't know. That's what we're trying to find out. But that's just it. That's the answer. That's if they can find that. That's the solution. This is the source of the power of the ancient races that used to control this world. Novar has found it.
I don't think
Nova.
these sources are the kind of power you think they are. I think it's a corruption of that power. And I don't know that you found what you were hoping for.
How do you know this?
He's my crux expert that I.
He's a cruxpert. He's a cruxpert.
I'm gonna need to go along with it.
He's a cruxpert.
Go ahead and make a fresh deception roll with advantage.
Didn't you know I'm an incurable prankster?
Did you say Nova? Do we know who Nova is?
Novar.
Novar. Who was a part of the original crew. Okay.
Would you say do you know who that is?
What?
Yeah, do we know? Do I know who that is? Yeah.
Both of you, because of your ancestry and everything, you can make a history check with advantage. I'm just
Okay, that
giving
was
it
Oh!
handy tonight.
Dirty
Let's
20
go.
for the deception.
Okay.
15 for history for me.
Okay.
And for mine was a 19.
Okay. It's a name you've heard before, but as someone who's not very interested in politics, it's a name you've heard before, but you hear a lot of those names, and to you, they're all the same person. They're all those, like, who gives a shit what those people are doing? You got bigger things to worry about. Davina, you make it your mission to know these people and what they're doing. Novar, there's a very good chance, it's not a very common name.
Narvar.
Novar, no. Stop it.
Narvar.
Oh, Nar!
Oh, Narvar. Our Narvar, Clyar.
Novar, there is a famous Novar in Verkova. Novar Balvisa. He is a very, very powerful Rift Walker. He is a Vidalcan, who is a member of the Meridian Council that oversees the Order of Xanthos.
Alright.
A very politically important person within Verkova.
Is there any reason that I know that he would be talking to Adronia or Tatiana? Other than the circle thing?
I mean, as a member of the Meridian Council, it's not unheard of for him to be having communications with the high nobility amongst the Empire. It's not really his main duty or his main job. But it's not crazy. What is crazy is the thought that there is a member of the Meridian Council, which is really like, yeah, it's this like academic body, but the Order of Xanthos is like meant to serve others. So the fact that there is a member of the Meridian Council that is convening the high nobility of the Empire and others is a little eye-catching.
Okay. Okay.
And I totally apologize, Eric. What did you ask?
Oh no, he asked who, and I said that he was my Rift Walker expert, my crux
I
expert.
said that what he found wasn't what he was hoping for, and he asked me how I knew that, and she said, he's my crux expert.
Listen, there's still a lot we don't know. I mean, this is a whole new field. Excuse me. But that's what I'm saying. The opportunity for knowledge and the power that comes from that knowledge. It's going to be a little messy at the start, but that's what they do. They learn. They fix things.
I fear they're going in the wrong direction.
We're already going in the wrong direction. This is at least a chance. Something that we, the people of this world, have control over, or can get control over.
Do they have a name for this study? This new school?
No, it comes from the myth of the seats. Do you know it?
Can I make
The
a roll?
seats of the stewards, the steward races, the first races that lived on Zholmyr, the ones with higher power than anything we have known.
Is this the Penta?
Oh, the shepherds? No, that's different.
No.
No, the other gods, right?
The
Yeah, what's it called?
Pentacrux.
The Pentacrux. Is that who he's referring to?
Pentacrux.
Or no, the Pentamount, not Pentacrux.
Pentamount?
Pentamount.
Everything is cruxed out.
It's all
It doesn't.
cruxy.
It doesn't strike you as that. The Pentamount are the kind of the personification of
Right.
the elements. They're
But
not
the way
quite.
he's talking about it is the way that I kind of view the Pentaments, it seems like. In a way.
I think that is fair to say. Yes.
But I'm not familiar with the story that he's telling.
I will say none of you are familiar with the story that he's telling.
Okay. So I'm just going to make a mental note then to, figure out what the hell that is.
Put a pin in that one.
You guys just make up new stories every day, don't you?
Make up new stories. That's why we risked our lives on this mountain. It was to... If there was a chance that story was true, and it was, we found it. We found that citadel. We found the seat of the Celestials. It's there! Just like in the myth.
You found something. I don't know if we know exactly what that is yet. I don't even know if you all know what that is yet.
All I do know is that what we found on top of that mountain was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. It was the first time I truly believed we had a chance. And so, Davina, you have to tell this to Vadomir. You have to tell him what I did on the mountain.
I'd look up at Davina. Yes.
With his
There's
with his
no-
power in the circle, he can save all of us from this situation. When they come back, they're coming back to finish what they started on the mountain. We can meet up with him.
Oh. When are they coming back?
I don't know. They told me to stay here and keep tabs on the city with my ward. You must know. Surely he's talked to you about the preparations to get here.
My father's a very powerful man, and he expects other people to do as they're told. He's not going to tell us everything that he's doing. Which is why I've been asking you these questions, to make sure that I can give him the right information. But I'm not sure that you have anything left for me to bring back to him.
Wait. The Cardinal.
Yes?
We found their contact in Scarport. She was neutralized.
Oh,
What'd you say?
Let me guess. Captain Laura Arison.
Yes. We found
Old
him.
news.
You have made such a mess of that situation. Do you know all the cleanup that I had to do after you and your ward because of that? My
No,
father will not be pleased. You had the city in an uproar.
But it was during the storm. We planned it.
Not well enough. If we
Well-
found out about it, guess who else could?
Well, if we can go back and find her materials, maybe it will tell us where we can find her in Tilo Asari.
And you sure you have no other information on who the cardinal is?
No. No, my ward was not able to extract that from the target before he neutralized her.
What about
So-
But you did such a great job with the storm, though. And
I fucking can't.
it was something. And you said that you planned all of that?
Listen, we didn't know.
How?
It's about using your environment to your advantage. We didn't know that whatever happened on the mountain would cause all this trouble here, but it created a window for us to get to her. The captain she was a very cautious woman.
Again, you're not giving us any information we don't already know, so I don't
What-
know how much vouching I can
happened-
do to you to my father.
Well, what happened with the changeling?
Changeling. You mean the shifter?
Is that what I meant? That's what I meant.
From our intelligence that we were able to gather from these drunken idiots in this city, the shifter escaped before we were able to track them down. Last we knew, they were fleeing up into the mountains, but they're much too late. We already got there first, and we're coming back. If they're still up there, we'll catch them in a perfect trap.
Yeah, very good. Traps. Yeah, traps. Those work.
Yeah. That
Are
might
we,
just
um,
be your
are we finished
redemption.
now?
Real trap music.
No.
Say yes, and then call out
Yes.
for Jasper.
I just
Wait, oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
just a couple minutes alone, if I could, before we move on.
Okay,
You with Earphos?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go find Jasper then.
Could I ask one thing before? I want to hold up his eye. So, you mentioned the greatest craftsman. It is incredible work. Where could I find these if I wanted to commission a piece?
The engineers of the Order of Xanthos in Verkova.
Ah, so a bit exclusive. All right. I'll just make this one work. And I'll pocket it and walk away. Just...
He looks distraught, but he's not in a position to argue at the moment.
No.
Before I walk away, I'm gonna lean in and be like, "Oh, you did such a good job," and then give him a little kiss on the cheek and life drain.
Oh my god!
Are you gonna kill him?
No, I'm just gonna get a little treat,
juice.
you know? Like I like to play with my food, so it's a nice little treat.
Oh my god, Violet, gross.
That's 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You're gonna kill him.
Wait, sorry, that's 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
Okay, it was a 16.
Oh my god.
That would have killed him.
Okay, I go-
Above game, that would have killed him, right?
It would not have killed him. It would have sent him back into unconsciousness.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Oh my goodness.
No.
But with the kiss on
Okay.
the cheek, as you kiss him, he shudders, and as a chill runs down his entire body. And at first he was excited, he kind of leaned in, and then his eyes snap open, and he kind of like flinches back. Flinches back.
There is.
Words do be
You got it.
wordin'. So proud of you.
Alright, walk away with Davina.
Once everybody else kind of clears the area, and it's just me and him, I'll look at him and I'll ask, do you know how crux is harvested out here?
No.
And I'll pull out my sickle, the packed weapon that I have that I use to harvest crux. And I'm just gonna kind of like pass it through the air above my head. And as I do, you can kind of see, it's almost like it's cutting through something for just a moment. You can kind of see this like distortion, this ripple effect as the blade passes through a point in the air, and then it kind of quickly vanishes again. The quintessence is entangled in the wild here, and everything that's out here. And you have to cut it free of the various debris and physical aspects that are contaminating the pure quintessence and harvest it into solid crux. You've become debris. You've become extraneous. And you've become corrupting. I'm going to take my packed blade and we'll walk up to him, stand behind him, and I'm going to slit his throat.
What? No. I beg your gosh darn pardon. What? Just.
Are you kidding me? I blinked for 30 seconds.
Oh, wow. Start running back in.
Oh my god!
I'm not mad
He
about
looks
it.
at you and he's listening, and his listening kind of like starts to turn to like, oh, I'm gonna get a lecture by another fucking academic, like someone who thinks they know what I'm talking about. As you're saying these words too, his eyes starts to get a little annoyed. Like, who the fuck is like? This isn't fun anymore. His throat opens up. His entire face and throat is already red from the blood that has poured from the multiple wounds, including the socket on his eye. Fresh crimson falls down the plate armor on his chest. He looks at you, his eyes go really wide for a second, and then he kind of like gargles.
Oh my god.
And falls back down to the ground, dead.
I'll make my way back
What?
to the rest of the group.
Before that, I'm gonna have a
real
conversation with Jasper.
Real quick.
Yep.
As you're walking back, a voice bounces around in the back of your skull. And it says, he broke the promise.
He did.
He hurt us first.
Not just us either.
Well, we hurt everyone like him.
I don't want to.
I want to.
Okay, bold.
Falls creepy as fuck.
Bullseye.
I like it.
There's something wrong. That feather was a part of it. You saw it, you experienced it. We need to cut that out. Whatever that takes.
Cut that out. No, just-
Oh my gosh.
Whatever it takes. But we have our own promise to uphold. Don't forget.
I never will.
Besides, I couldn't watch that torture go on much longer. I don't think it was getting us anywhere, and best to end it quickly.
But it was so
bring mercy to this
fun.
world.
Where we can. Where we're able.
All right, Davina.
I find Jasper.
I'm rooting through the camp. What do I find?
All right, so Jasper, while this is going on and you're digging through the camp, there's all sorts of kind of generic camping materials, but you do also find a chest. There's a wooden chest in one of the tents, and it contains 547 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And here is something where I'm going to introduce this to the group, and so this is a little bit of a flavor reskinning for the world of Zholmyr. So just moving forward, this is how it's going to work. It's not a potion; it's a tonic. So you find a tonic of invulnerability.
Is there any gin in there with it?
There can be if you want.
A.
And then also, they are not scrolls; they are writs. W-R-I-T.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So in the world of Zholmyr, scrolls, or I should say writs, are sort of like arcane allowances, usually gifted by someone from the Order of Xanthos, or sold. Like a lot of wizards will also start to sell them as well, but they are basically just that. They are like formal documents administering a spell. And so you find a writ of clairvoyance and a writ of mirror image. In the chest.
Cool.
That's
That's it?
rad.
Do I find a map? Do I find intel? Do I find a journal? Do I find any sign of Micah?
There is a second, smaller, shabbier tent that has
It's
a
a stack on a
sleeping
stick?
setup. It's a very sad sack on a stick.
Sick!
Um,
On a stick!
but there is no one. There's no one in there, and there's no evidence of like a pack or anything in that spot. It's been cleared out.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of.
Unfortunately, you do not find a journal. This is not a man who journals.
No, I figured, but I didn't know if he had a map like home. You know.
Dear diary, today
Dear
I filled a read.
I
This is
murdered
not-
a few
He is
people.
not very mindful. He is not very demure.
He's not very
Very
he's not
demure.
very mindful,
No,
not
no,
very
he's
cutesy.
not.
Mm.
Okay. I'll kind of just sit on the chest. I'll like drag it out into the main part of the camp, and I'll just sit on it.
I walk right up to him and just say, "Did you find anything you needed here?"
No.
Look, I know that was hard for you, but we did manage to get the location of where your family is.
You just see eagerness in my eye, like kind of like somewhere between like he's kind of jaded, like losing hope, but like also desperate, and just like looks up at you like, I hope you're right, but like not expecting much.
He seemed pretty sincere, but Davina, seeing like his reaction to hearing that there's hope for locating his family, kind of like her shoulders fall, and she just says, "I'm sorry, but it also appears that my family is also entangled in this, for better or worse, and I think for worse."
There's like that glint of like, you understand where racism comes from, where it's like when you're just angry at the world and you're just trying to put it somewhere, and I'll just be like, is it all of you or just your family?
What do you mean, all of us?
Vila. And I'll like flippantly like
I think Davina takes a step back. She's a little appalled, and she goes, I'm going to excuse that because of the state that you're in and how upsetting this is. But as of right now, it's only my father that I'm aware of. And I don't know that I agree with him.
I will stand up from the chest. Before I do this, the other two princesses were Vilas as well.
Mm-hmm.
Adonia Zavila.
One of them.
One of them's a Vila? Okay. I'll stand up from the chest. I'll say, seems like all you guys care about are money, power. Your father, the Vila princess. I'll kick the chest over. The gold pieces will spill out with the scrolls, and I'll just walk back down the hill.
As he walks away, I'm going to say, fuck you, Jasper. Go kill Kiraphos for all I care.
I was already planning on it.
The girls are fighting!
Presidential alert!
Old men be racist!
Oh my god, Jasper.
Maybe he'll overcome his racism. Who knows?
You're building this into a character arc?
Yeah, why?
Maybe he'll die bitter. You know, old white men die bitter and racist. They could be Jasper's future. Who knows?
Wow. Go ahead.
Wow.
Goodness.
While that was happening, I'm gonna look over at Val and be like, "That wasn't your kill to take."
Oh, you guys left. I haven't gotten back.
You
yet.
specifically said you were walking off with Davina.
Oh, walking away.
Yeah.
Back to camp. Okay, very good. Okay, I didn't realize I was with
We
you.
are gone. Yeah.
We are. Okay.
Eventually, whenever the timing works out with whatever's going on there, I'll obviously join the group at the camp.
Yeah, I would end up walking past, like, I would walk past, Violet and Elaine going back up the hill. And just like, your friend's up there. I'm heading back. And then at some point, well, are you guys gonna follow me, or are you gonna go up the hill to Davina?
Up the hill to Davina.
Then at some point, I'll run into Val.
Yeah.
He's taken care of.
I'll just
We
nod.
got all we were gonna get.
Yeah.
There was no sense in keeping him around.
When Violet gets back to the camp, I'm gonna pick up the gold.
Oh my god.
Violet! No.
Yeah.
We have some vague answers regarding your family. But I think the bigger problem is, until we take down the circle, your family will never be safe. The circle is the problem. It's the root cause. It's what needs to be cut out in order for the rest of it to heal. And so I think we need to see this one through before we can truly make any real progress. But if you want to leave right now, and you want to just go take your family and see if you can find some corner of the continent that you guys can hide in for the rest of your lives, say the word. I'll go with you.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna walk back to Kiraphos' corpse.
I'll head back to the campsite with the rest of them.
I'm gonna, alone, I'm gonna essentially carve him up for, like, survival-wise. I'll cut off his arm. I'll cut off his head. His, like, metal arm. Because we need proof that he's dead. We promised proof that he's dead.
We did.
Like, we're back into just business. I'm back into business mode. Like, I can't think about things that I can't do anything about. This is something I can do. So I'm just gonna get to work.
Okay.
Does he have anything else that I think could be of use? Any extra weapons? Any extra ammunition? Or did I already get everything I was going to get off
You
him?
already got his bullets last time.
Yep.
Elaine got his dreadsword. His mechanical arm cannon is pretty shot to pieces.
Yeah. Did he have a gun that he used with the bullets?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I'll take the extra gun, so I'll have 3 in case something goes wrong with one.
Sure.
And I'll just walk up I'll gripping him by the hair and having the arm, I'll just walk back up to camp. And when I get there, I'm gonna toss the head and the arm at Davina's feet and like kind of, you know, that like look someone gives you when they're embarrassed but don't want to admit they did something wrong. I'm gonna just kind of just like nod to the stuff that I threw at her feet, and I'm gonna go into Micah's tent and just be sad.
Oh. So I guess that means we're gonna rest here for a while?
I think
I guess so.
we can rest for a little while, but I think we need to keep moving. I think there's somebody at the top of the mountain. The what did he call it?
The Citadel?
The Citadel.
The
Yeah.
seat of power.
Center of power.
Somebody's up there and may get overrun soon if anybody returns. And also, whoever that is might have some answers for us. It might be an ally that we need. So I think we should make haste to this citadel, the top of this mountain. See if we can't figure all that out. I would also love, Davina, if you've got some time, if you could figure out what the hell's going on with your dad and these seats.
What is your
and
dad into?
Yeah, what is this?
what they're studying in Verkova. I don't have a lot of good connections there, personally. We don't vibe. But if you could maybe just like send a letter, see like, hey, what are we finding out? What are we looking for? You know, any information would be really appreciated because I don't trust it, and I worry what they're tapping into there.
Do you think, Davina, I mean, I know it's been a long time since you've spoken with your father, right? But
Well,
if he
essentially,
could
I'm his
hint-
envoy in Verkova for him. So if he found out I was here, he's gonna start asking questions anyways.
Yeah.
This is just so fucked.
And we need to get to those sources of power before they do. We can't let them collect more feathers to activate whatever sort of ritual or other, I don't know, ordeal they want to do.
How long would it take us to get there?
To Verkova?
To this, like, center of power thing?
Oh,
To
that's
the
like the city
on
of
top
the
of the mountain.
Is
Yeah.
it a matter of days? Is it a matter of weeks? Should we get
Isn't it-
Niall to help us, or
Well, we don't know where Niall
should we
is.
just keep
Niall!
going?
No,
But-
Niall.
This is true.
I thought Niall was back at the mission.
Niall's back at.
He's-
Well, no, he's
he's-
home.
Back at the house.
He's
He's
home.
back at the
Oh,
mountain.
okay.
Oh,
But yes, isn't the mountain on the other side of town from where we left?
Yes. So if you're looking at a map,
So we'd have
and
to,
it's-
essentially my point is
it's
we'd have
these
to go
mountains,
back
right?
through town.
It's
Yeah.
like it's these.
So we could
mountains.
provide proof of Kirifos' death. We could perhaps
Yes.
get Niall as a guide.
I
He
could
could
send
take us
some
to where he
letters
slept.
out.
okay. Sure.
I also, like, I do need to rest quite terribly. Like, I bounced back, but I'm at half capacity at best.
Okay, then
Okay.
here's what we should do. We should go back to town, keep as low of a profile as is humanly or inhumanly possible, and as soon as we can, grab Niall and literally head for the hills.
I think it would work.
Maybe we should wait till it gets darker out before we get back to town. I don't know. I might just be paranoid, but I think we've made a few enemies.
That's
and
fair.
all of them are going to be looking for us in and around Scarport.
I trust yours and Jasper's judgment on this, on whether we should go back or not. And
Well, we
So-
have to deliver to your friend there.
Mm-hmm.
We've got evidence to deliver, so if we can make it there without her cronies killing us first, then I think we'll be doing all right.
Yeah.
Vel, we're not on a
I'll be
clock.
fine.
Let's sleep.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are gonna basically set up camp here in Kirifos's little area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I mean,
Micah comes back.
at this point, it's like early evening, so you still have a little bit of time. It's probably like around like 5-6 o'clock ish, between when you set out like in the morning, hunted through the forest, had this fight, short rested, talked with Kirifos. So you do still have a little bit of time left in the camp. If there's anything you want to do, or if you guys are just gonna kind of like hang out and
I
do your
think
long rest.
the only thing I want to do is at some point. So remind me, when I found the tracks leading to the camp, did I recognize them because they were elven, like elven signs, or just like signs of just boots in general?
Just boots in general.
Okay. Then I with whatever time I have, I'm gonna search, without getting too far away, search the surrounding area for any sign of Micah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that good old survival.
2.
2.
Dos.
My head's not in
Your
it,
head-
y'all.
Your head's not in it. This has been a long day for you. You're still hurting from that fight. The rain is still pouring down, and this forest spooks you. There's
Do we
not
have-
much you can decipher.
Yeah. Do we have a fire going back at camp, I'm assuming?
Yes.
I'm gonna walk back. I'll get my bongos and throw. Hey, don't you fucking laugh! Don't you fucking laugh! I get my bongos.
a bongo free night.
I
This
get
is
my
gonna be so
bongos
nice.
Oh no.
and I throw them in the fire, and I just go lay in Micah's tent and
Oh,
lay the
no.
flap down and go to bed.
can I try to grab him real quick with my metal arm as soon as he tosses them?
If you want to do it as soon as he tosses them in, yes, you can grab them with your metal arm.
Yeah. Do I need to roll for anything, or is it just I grab
No.
them?
They're
Okay.
bongos.
Dexterity saving throw.
I don't know. Fire.
The bongos.
It's fire, but you have a brass arm.
Make a bongo check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab him and tuck him away for keep him safe for now. But I'm just gonna hang out by the fire for now.
Even after he was racist, you still saved his bongos.
Yeah. I'm gonna go sit by Davina.
I'm gonna also go sit by Davina.
You're so popular.
It's a
Oh my god.
Davina, you said you're sort of a representative in Verkova.
of sorts, not in any official capacity.
But you've got connections there.
I do.
I don't know. The way he was talking about what they're doing what they're using these feathers for. Seems like the other 3 are all back there now.
I know, and honestly, it's all adding up in my head now that Niall contacted the 3 of us and was insistent that I come out to Scarport when I very rarely leave Verkova for anything, so that all the other feathers could be returned to Verkova, because I'm sure I would have heard whispers of it had I been there.
And what are you thinking now?
Now I'm thinking my father had an even larger part in this that I obviously wasn't aware of.
You think it's smart to bring the last of the feathers there?
I mean, on one hand, no, but on the other hand, if we had it and we're hiding it under their noses, it's the last place they're going to look for it.
I see that logic. I don't know. I'd love to just know more about what it is that they're studying, what they're looking for, what they think these things are, you know? I mean, obviously he gave us this myth that they claim it's a part of, which I plan to look into, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I mean, I told you all about Vol's reaction to that thing.
Yeah, and I think it has me even more concerned now, so...
It's just, it doesn't sit right. None of it sits right, and I don't know. I think we just need to know more. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you have any way of reaching out, like I mentioned your father, but obviously that seems to be a relationship that I wouldn't want to dive too deep into. I think if we could just reach out to anybody and figure out anything about what they're looking for, what they're looking into, I don't know. Just keep me posted, I guess.
DM, there would be a few trusted sources that I had in Verkova that I could write to, like my little birdies, so to speak, in Verkova, right?
You have little birdies. I will point out there's one little birdie in particular that it's up to you. He is named.
I know he's got Oh no!
Wait, what?
Why you do this to me, DM?
I'm just pointing out that he is in fact, and on top of that, he was apprenticing for a member of the Order of Xanthos, and he was climbing the ranks very fast, and made his way to
God damn it!
Academy in Verkova.
God damn it! God damn it!
I would just like to. I'm asleep, but me as a player, just reminding everyone that somehow, I don't know if everyone caught that the Cardinal is in Tilo Asari. I wasn't there to hear it.
I did, yeah.
Okay, just making sure
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
heard.
I got you. Yeah,
Don't forget,
I got you.
after this would be a good time to go update that quest log that Eric's put together.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'll do it. I
Yeah.
got it. You guys talk at the fire. I'm gonna sullenly. If I could death scroll, if Jasper could death scroll on Instagram right now, that's what he would be doing.
Yes.
So, Davina,
Yes.
might be time.
I know. Let me just think about it on our way back to Scarport. I know I'm gonna have to, but
Trust me, I don't know what this internal conflict is. I won't pry, but it's not anything that needs to happen tonight, I guess.
no, I assume when we get back to Scarport, I can send out letters or whatever, some form of communication.
Yeah, I think information's going to be more valuable than anything at the moment. And unfortunately, we don't have much of it.
No. No, we don't.
After a while, I'll just wrap myself in the sort of leather hood and cloak that I have and find some place that's relatively out of the rain. Just curl up for the night.
Y'all going to bed at this point?
Check on Elaine, see if she's
Yeah.
okay with
Yeah.
her sentry mode stuff, and then
Yeah.
And
I'm good as I can be. So
well, looks like we're all having rough days one after the other. So
yes, I didn't like not being conscious. I didn't like it.
no, not a great time.
Not good. Like to have just
No.
no awareness at all is frightening.
jeez.
You just go to sleep and and you're fine and like it doesn't freak you out. That you're just
Well, when I'm
out.
out here in the woods, yeah, it freaks me out. But when I'm in my nice comfy bed, no, not at
But just
all.
like at all. Like
Maybe.
just at all.
Question: Elves don't actually go to sleep, right? They just meditate for like 4 hours.
Meditate.
Yeah, but I think you're still considered
Unconscious. I
It's
have
just
no
for
idea.
4 hours versus 8.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hold, please. I can tell you in just a minute.
Please, sir, can I have some lore? Do you get it? Get it? Do you
Hey,
get it?
Get it? I
That
get
was a
it.
good one. That was a
Dad
good
puns.
one.
Dad jokes. Dad jokes. That was good.
Oh no, you retain consciousness during your trance-like meditation.
Cool.
Oh.
It's just the two of them facing each other, eyes wide open.
Eyes wide shut.
That's it.
Another one.
Another one.
Well,
Another one.
I'll say that after everyone goes to sleep, once I do my 4 hours, I'll probably come out to camp with Elaine. Won't say anything. I'll just kind of nod to her and just sit on. I guess if she's sitting on like a log or whatever, I'll just sit next to her.
This was after
Yeah.
your 4 hours? you
After
said?
my 4 hours.
Okay, and everyone else is asleep?
Yeah.
I think I'm out for another
Yeah.
2 before I finally am
But-
up.
yeah, and I wanted to do one thing before I went to sleep.
Go ahead.
Okay. Before Violet goes to sleep, she's going to venture out a little ways outside of camp, just into some deep, dark shadows. And she's going to sit down, and she's going to look up at the sky and just say, "All right, great, oh powerful one." Whatever. Got you a little bit of energy today. Hope it was enough to last a while. Anyway, good to know you care about me. So anyway, all right. Whatever. And then just head back into camp and lay back down.
Okay. The stars do not answer you. The shadows do not seem to respond. You are instead just kind of swimming in this big, vast space out here in the middle of nowhere. But, okay. So, Valterra, Davina, Violet, and Jasper lay down to rest for a while. Jasper awakens, comes back out, and sits by Elaine. I'll let you two decide amongst yourself. Jasper or Elaine, roll a d6.
Oh.
man.
I've rolled enough this episode.
I'll do it.
Elaine.
That way I can blame whatever happens on you.
Oh, thanks, man. All right, 4,
It's a good number. It's a good round
which
number.
which is a high mid.
High,
it's a-
mid, even.
Very mid,
It's
yeah.
even.
Even love.
Just like Lucius Malfoy, very mid.
Yeah. Oh my
What?
God.
Is this a TikTok reference that I don't
No,
know?
This is a Megan reference. This is.
Oh, is this a drunk PowerPoint reference?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
PowerPoint.
Got Got it.
That's where Malfoy landed on my Delph scale.
Mid.
Too Twinkie.
All right. Elaine and Jasper.
Hi.
These are still strange woods. You are not in the wilds of Zholmyr, but any time that you get out of the protected space of a city or a town, shit's always going to be weird. People like Velterra, they know it, they thrive in it, they embrace it. But even you, Jasper, from your time living in Thelosari is a beautiful city that is built on the principle of weaving construction into nature as one. But even that still has an element of taming the wildness around the spot that which you live. This is still a little bit of a strange spot to be out here in the woods. You sit in the darkness at this point. The rain continues. Flashes of light kind of spark in the distance. It's sort of like that lightning that you see at night in the summer where you might not necessarily hear thunder, but you still see the flashes amongst the clouds. They produce these silhouettes of other cloud shapes. And you look up and you kind of are watching these lights flash and these silhouettes of clouds illuminate in the sky. A couple times, these silhouettes look a little bit strange to you. They're bright flashes. You see them in seconds. And you almost wonder if your brain is playing tricks on you a couple times. But you look up into the clouds, and sometimes the silhouette that you see is almost humanoid. There's
Like
a couple times
face
you see
or like
a
body?
head and a torso.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes you look up and you see just a torso with limbs outstretched in kind of strange positions. Sometimes you look and you see what just look like giant wings that might be up in the sky. And you watch them, they remain in the distance, and that's it.
I'm gonna leave this up to the DM. So you know that my wife was a cleric. What would I be thinking that my wife would say to me right now if she was looking up at these clouds with me?
Remind me, did she have a specific deity that
I think
she
it was the
devoted to?
twins.
The Tender Twins?
The Tender Twins.
Key and D?
Yeah.
In this moment, as you sit in silence, even Elaine, your other conscious partner, lies completely inert and unmoving. You let your mind wander a little bit. You start to think about what she would say if she was here. And as you watch those lights, you hear her voice in your head. Nothing crazy or supernatural, just recollection. Well, kind of you creating this projection of her in your head. And you hear her say, wait, her nickname for you is Bumblebee, right?
Yes.
Yeah. She says, "See, my little Bumblebee? Follow the lights, and you'll always find your way back to the hive."
You can't tell if it's the rain or tears, but water is dripping down his face.
think Elaine comes out of her sort of inert state. And you hear like the humming of her parts as she warms up again, and sort of like her eyes like shudder and blink up at the sky, and looks to Jasper. Did you see that in the clouds?
Did you see the wings or the face? Or both?
I saw the wings. I thought I was dreaming.
My wife would say dreams are your subconscious telling you what the gods are trying to tell you. I don't know how much I put in that, but
If the gods are trying to talk to me, I really can't understand subtext. They need to be a little more obvious for me.
I will actually. He will probably actually laugh at that, and just like kind of look at you and be like, "No, I like you.
I like you too.
You're a good one."
You are too. You're scary for you know, an organic creature. You're good at what you do. But I get the feeling that you and I are somewhat similar, and that we are made for one thing, but don't necessarily like it.
He just kind of like looks at the ground and is like, "Yeah, tried to leave it behind me. Yeah, always finds a way to come back."
It's funny. Not really. People say things that are disappointing and frustrating are funny.
Yeah.
All right. I do want to say here, I want to propose this to the group. Would we be okay with kind of having a shorter session tonight and calling it here so that we can start like the full day of action
It's a good spot to stop.
next time?
Yeah.
And that'll give me
Totally.
some time to prep, because this is helpful too. Like, I'm starting to get a sense of kind of what you guys are planning next. So I know it's a little bit of a shorter session tonight, but hopefully it was
Still good.
stuff.
Still good.
We're level 17
Still really
now,
good.
right?
You level what?
17.
17.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
He said it. It's on video.
Excellent.
You're on.
It's
It's
video.
on the internet. It must be true.
Oh yeah. Well, we hope that our folks who tuned in still had fun with us tonight. This was definitely a fun one. This was a fun one for me to get to roleplay and act out a little bit with everyone. So, thank you for tuning in. We will be back in 2 weeks with with our normal start time of 7:30 Eastern. So definitely join us then. But until then, hope everyone has a great next couple of weeks. If you're in Florida like me, stay safe in these storms that are coming. We'll get through it. But wherever you are in the country, thanks for pulling up a seat at our table, and we'll see you next time.